Categories of aging population, understanding the diverse needs of the older population. Who are the aging population? We define aging population as a group of people who are 65 years old or older. What is the importance of understanding their categories? Okay, recognizing the unique needs and challenges of different age groups within the aging population is very important for us to become effective policy-making healthcare providers. It is very important also in planning and in developing or creating the social services which is catered directly to meet the exact needs of the aging population. Okay, so let us now categorize the aging population. Category 1 are considered as the young adult. These are people under the age of 65 to 70 years old. Okay. Who are them? How are we going to characterize them? They are those who are generally healthy and active, and they are often retired. But kahit na retired sila, they may continue working, and they may already require assistance with the performance of their activities of daily living. But these are only in some cases, okay? So, ano ba yung mga needs? Dapat maintindihan natin basically what are the needs of this young young adult. Okay? Their needs are basically to maintain the physical and mental health, their well-being, okay? They need to be socially engaged and they do not want to be isolated, okay? Ang isa sa need nila is yung financial security. That is why at a younger age, dapat nape-prepare natin sila or we help them to prepare for their retirement. Kasi di ba during this year, ito na yung period na kung saan previously napaka-productive nila. Especially if they stand as the head of the family. And they provide everything for the family. The power in the family is centered to them, being the one providing for the needs of the family. And then, come 65, kasi ito na yung mandatory retirement sa atin. Now, if you are employed, this will be the age of mandatory requirement. May it be from private or government services. Now, those who are working beyond 65, sila na yung mga may businesses. They are this considered as self-employed. So, when they are self-employed, they may choose the age of retirement. However, one thing positive about those who are engaged in self-employment is that early on, with their younger years, they were able to secure themselves financially. So afterwards, they look forward actually to retirement because some of them already expressed they feel tired about the activities of their daily living, being in charge of the business. So at this period, sila naman yung gusto na nilang ma-transfer to their offsprings kung ano man yung na-establish nila. Okay? The category 2 are the old, who are 75 to 84 years old. Okay? So, ano yung mga characteristics nila? They have already the increased risk of chronic health conditions. I am not saying that this age group already have chronic health conditions. But what we are saying here is that sila na yung may increased risk. Now, question. Normal ba sa mga old na magkaroon ng chronic health conditions? It is common, but it is not normal. Okay? Magkaiba yung common at saka yung normal. So, sa kanila, meron silang increased risk. Okay? Common yon na magkaroon sila ng increased risk. Bakit? Kasi dito, nagkakaroon na ng degeneration of cell production. Sa mga bata, kulang pa ang generation, di ba? Dito, nagkakaroon na ng degeneration, which is commonly irreversible. Pwede lang siyang i-delay, but it cannot be reversed. Okay? Unless otherwise, talagang kagaya ng mga those who can afford, who can do the stem cell therapy, the true concept the ideal concept of stem cell therapy. Sila yung nakakapag-reverse. Okay? They may require more assistance with daily living activities and they often live independently but may need support service. What does it mean? Sila yung mga tao na they want to be independent. Gusto nilang mabuhay mag-isa despite the fact that they know they need assistance from other people, but they have this mindset that they want to live independently. Okay? So, ano yung mga needs and challenges ng mga people who are under category 2 or old, the 75 to 84 years old? Ang challenges natin sa kanila is that help them manage chronic health conditions. Bakit? Kasi sila yung, those who have negativism, they would think na, okay lang ako, hindi ko na kailangang magpagamot, sayang lang ang pera, anyway, mamamatay din naman ako. Okay? Sa kanila yon nagsisimula sa ganitong age group. Kaya mas mahirap sa kanila to manage or to help them manage their chronic health conditions because these are the people who are starting to lose hope about their condition. So yung support and family dynamics is very important in this age group. They also have needs for access to healthcare and support services. Kasi 'di ba, dito sa age group na to, medyo dependent na sila. They are dependent in going out of the house. They are already dependent in preparing their nutritional intake. So, dependent din sila to other people to access healthcare, particularly yung mga follow-up check-up nila, okay? At saka yung mga support services. Ano ba yung mga support services na kailangan nila? Ngayon, sa mga barangay, they have this group for the aging population. Meron na silang, anong tawag nila? Senior citizen charter for each of the barangay. This is part of the support services. Ang challenge din nila is housing and transportation, especially to those who were not able to secure themselves in terms of their residence at saka wala sila ng mga private vehicles or sometimes even though they own a private vehicle, but how to use that vehicle for mobility is already a challenge to them. Diba? Kaya yun yung mga dapat naiintindihan natin, ano yung mga basic needs ng under the category 2. Okay. The next category is the oldest old, 85 years and above. So, si former Senator Enrile already belongs to this. Kaya lang, di ba, kung makikita niyo siya ngayon, parang in terms of his physique and activities, parang hindi pa natin siya pwedeng ipasok dito sa oldest old. Ano yung mga characteristics ng oldest old? Okay? Sila yung may highest risk of chronic health conditions and disabilities. Kagaya na nasa picture, nahirapan na silang tumayo, lumakad. Bakit? Because they are starting to have a degenerative process talaga. Yung mga bones nila and mga muscles nila, nagkakaroon na talaga sila ng muscle wasting during this period. Kaya sila na yung highest risk of chronic health conditions. And they often require significant assistance with daily living activities. So sila yung mga tumitira sa nursing homes or assisted living facilities. Unfortunately kasi dito sa atin, wala tayong masyadong itong mga nursing homes or assisted living facilities. Kasi sa Pilipino, it's a taboo or it's a stigma to be known na yung olds natin sa bahay ay itinitira natin sa mga nursing homes or assisted living facilities kasi we have this different type of family dynamics. Extended family nga tayo di ba? Kaya itong pagtira sa mga nursing homes, ito yung medyo challenge. Kaya wala tayo dito sa Philippines because of our culture. Okay, so ano ba yung mga needs nila? Having said all this, dapat alam natin kung ano yung mga needs and challenges nila. So dahil nga sila is with higher risk of chronic health condition and disabilities, sila yung nangangailangan ng long-term care. So mabuti yung sa iba, when they have the capacity to get their own private caregivers, they will be surely they will be taken care of. But however, for those who are not financially secured or financially stable, ito yung magiging challenge sa kanila. Kasi syempre, it follows na yung family members nila will have to work also and walang maiiwan sa kanila to assist them in their activities of daily living. Diba? Another challenge natin dito is the palliative care. Siyempre, alam naman natin, ano ba ang oldest living person natin? 105 years old? Okay? Dito ba sa Philippines, meron yata tayo dito sa Philippines na 100 plus. So, syempre, yung mga ganon, nakita nyo na, meron na silang severe or chronic muscle wasting. So, definitely, they will not be able to perform their activities of daily living. Assisted na sila parate, di ba? So, our focus here is the palliative care. Now, why is the palliative care become a challenge to us? It becomes a challenge kasi nga because of our culture. Hindi ko alam if we are in denial or it is because of the so much love that we have for the oldest old. But syempre, yung family dynamics natin, especially kung you have this close family ties, palliative care is not an open topic for us to discuss. Hindi natin to because it's also a taboo. Yun ang pakiramdam ng mga family. It's a taboo for us to discuss palliative care without, realizing that this is the reality of life. That eventually, the oldest old will die. So, yung palliative care, discussing the palliative care, ano po ang gusto nyong mangyari, ganon. Because sometimes, may mga adults kasi na hindi pa rin sila open doon. And when you discuss palliative care to them, to the oldest old, or to the family members, parang they don't feel comfortable discussing it. Kaya later on, nahihirapan tayo how we are going to provide care for them or how we are going to assist them. Social isolation and loneliness is one of the challenges. Eh, syempre, di ba? Lalo na doon sa Amerika, sa ibang bansa, this is a very they have high incident rate of this social isolation and loneliness. Kasi nga, di ba, from being very productive, the head of the family, the center of the power in the family, that eventually, when they retired, they will be placed in nursing homes or assisted living facilities. They become, they feel that they are being abandoned or neglected. And suddenly, they do not have the power to decide for themselves. Kasi nga, naandun na rin sila. And then the family members are not being seen every day or every so often that the oldest old would like to happen. So nagkakaroon sila ng feeling of loneliness. And then sometimes, alam nyo, yung feeling of loneliness and yung pagkakaroon nila ng yung engaging in social isolation, this becomes the reason for them to withdraw and eventually go to the palliative care. So ang challenge sa atin is that, for example, if we are in the nursing homes or assisted living facility, ang challenge for us is how we are going to make them interested in living day by day. Of course, death is inevitable, but for as long as we can make them active, that will become a challenge for us, especially those who long for their family. Okay? Now, let's discuss the demographics of aging population. Ano ba yung global trends? Itong nakapresent dito sa ating PowerPoint, itong data dito presents on the growing proportion of the population aged 65 and older worldwide. Okay? Pero meron daw yung mga variations regional. Okay? It highlights the differences in aging population across different regions. Ano yung implication kapag tumataas ang aging population? Okay? Isa sa challenge ng aging population is first, we need that for economic, ang productive years, we need that for our economic growth. Imagine niyo kung ang aging population is mataas kesa those underproductive years, who will take charge of working? Sino yung mamumuno? Sino yung who will lead the businesses? Who will lead the commerce? Wala na kasi naandun na sila sa aging group, di ba? So paano yung economy natin? Tandaan niyo, pag bumagsak ang economy natin, bagsak din ang living condition natin. Why? Because we depend so much on our economy. Pag maganda ang economy natin, maganda ang performance ng buhay natin, maganda ang support system natin,